Hey there, welcome to the Profitable Mindset Podcast, episode number 186. I'm Charlotte Smith of 3Cow Marketing. I teach farmers how to make money, how to build profitable, sustainable farms, not make money with overworking, hustling, 18-hour days, and a lot of stress, but how to make money in a way that feels good. And I have now hundreds and hundreds of farmers who take my program every year with many success stories when they implement what I teach and coach on. I grew up with my dad losing the farm when I was a teenager. It was an awful experience that I never want any other farmer to go through. It's why I'm here. I want you to have success and I want you to know it's possible. Many people don't even think it's possible to build a profitable farm. It's like common in our society for people to think, oh, they're a farmer. Of course, they're broke and poor. No, it absolutely does not have to be this way. So today's episode, I'm going to talk about the work we do all the time in 5X Your Farm Sales. It's my year-long coaching program where farmers are learning the skills to build sustainable, profitable farms. And today is a very specific exercise. If you want to read about the coaching program, it's at charlottemsmith.com/coaching. And you will learn to make money on your farm when you implement what I teach and coach on. There's no way you can't make money on your farm when you implement what I teach you, period. Farmers everywhere, all over the world, every state of the United States are having this success. So today is an excerpt from our marketing boot camp that is available for you right now. It's going to light your marketing on fire. It's going to transform it to actually make sales. And so last week I had a client come on the call, and depending on when you're listening to this, this is being recorded and I did the coaching right now in October. So it's pumpkin season, which means, after Halloween, really, there's not much demand to buy pumpkins. So they have a pumpkin patch, they got to sell it now, but they have other things to sell too. Like so many farmers, they have multiple income streams, multiple products, which, as you've heard me teach before, or if you haven't, maybe this is the first time you are hearing this, every product you sell is its own business. And so I like to share with my farmers that if you've got a lot of products and you're not making a living or you're not making the money you thought you should, what you've got to do is narrow your focus to marketing one product and get it at a 40% or 50% profit margin and selling consistently day after day or week after week, or however it is you sell your products. It has to be sold consistently at this 40 to 50% profit margin before you then start marketing the second product. This is what we do in 5X Your Farm Sales. We turn this around for you. If you've already gotten in too deep and you've got multiple products that you're trying to sell and none of them are performing in the way they should to have a sustainable, profitable farm, just know this is what we work on to get it turned around. So this client came and she's trying to sell pumpkins, but her thought is, I don't know what I need to do to sell these pumpkins. We have a lot to sell. And I don't know how to sell my other products that I need to sell right now too, because we just finished up our potato harvest. Okay. So if you haven't heard me talk much, I'm going to share with you that your mindset is everything. Your thoughts create your results in your life. And if your thought is, I don't know what I need to do, that thought shows up in your results line because it makes you feel discouraged. It made this client feel discouraged and uncertain and confused. When she makes herself feel uncertain and confused and discouraged because she's thinking, I don't know what I need to do, the action, because actions are all driven by emotions. The action that the emotion of discouraged and confused drives is to not do any marketing. And the result she creates is she doesn't make any money. She still has no clue what she needs to do. She's not moving ahead at all because that's the mindset she's starting with. That is why you cannot build a profitable farm unless you are intentionally choosing a mindset that moves you ahead. So I coached this client that, if that is what you think and that's what you tell yourself day after day, you're going to continue to create no sales. And she said, I know, I'm doing nothing. Or I get out there and I try to do all these other things, but not the one thing that will make pumpkin sales. So of course, you're not going to make sales when you're not going to do any marketing when you are sitting in confusion and discouragement. So just know that if you do maybe somehow force some marketing out of yourself, you force yourself to put up some social media posts or write some emails, the marketing won't work. So that's the other thing. She said, well, I was feeling terrible, but I still sent this email and we made no sales. And so I took a look at the email. Your email or the words you write or the social media posts you write when you are starting with a feeling of discouragement and confusion will repel people. So I looked at her words. I was like, yes, of course you're not making sales because the words you wrote don't make me as your potential customer want to buy from you. So if you're not making sales and you're frustrated, and so you keep doing marketing, look at this, it's a vicious cycle. You're not going to make sales. You're not going to be making money. You're going to get more and more frustrated and disappointed and discouraged and confused till eventually you go out of business. And 98% of farmers go out of business. Not my 5X farmers, though, when they implement what I teach. So implement this today. I'm not done yet. I'm going to continue sharing with you how to turn this around. But know that when you implement this, you will change your life. And my program is a year long because it takes a year. It takes us maybe 6 months at least to rewire your brain. And that's what we're doing here. We're rewiring your brain. So you stop thinking these default thoughts that are just at the front of your mind, like, I don't know what to do today in my marketing. I'm so confused. I'm feeling so uncertain. That's what you all have on default. Intentionally thinking, because of the coaching I offer in 5X Your Farm Sales, rewires your brain. You've got to give it some time. So this client, we continued to work in our coaching call. And I said, if you were going to write an email that encourages people to buy, and you were going to write it in the way I teach, which she'd already studied the way I teach, what would you have to be feeling? And she said, I'd have to be feeling really self-confident. And she said, but the problem is if I feel self-confident and then I sit down to write an email, it feels really uncomfortable to tell people to buy, even though that's what you teach us. Bingo. Now we've uncovered the thing that all farmers struggle with as well, the shame and discomfort and embarrassment and feelings of guilt that come up when you very clearly and directly tell people to buy your products. All these negative emotions will come up. Guess what I have for you here? That is the price you have to pay to have a successful, profitable farm. If it felt good to tell people directly and clearly to come buy my products, and here's the price, pay this price, come buy them now. If that felt good, it would be easy for all farmers to make money, and we wouldn't have a 98% failure rate. It feels terrible at first. It gets easier with time, a lot of time, but it feels terrible to tell people clearly, directly to buy your products at this price. But that is the currency of having a profitable farm. So my question to her was, are you willing to allow the discomfort of the guilt and shame and embarrassment that comes up when you send a very clear, direct email that I give you the exact wording for the email? You don't even have to write it. I give you the words to write. It's going to feel terrible to click send. Are you willing to sit with that discomfort to reach your dream of building a profitable farm? She said yes. All my clients inside 5X Your Farm Sales do say yes, but at first they don't realize the price you have to pay is feeling discomfort. Many people want to wait and do their marketing, and they want to wait and tell people to buy when they feel comfortable about it instead of feeling guilty and shame and embarrassment. It's never going to happen. There is no place where you can get to feeling good about sales or sending sales emails or putting up sales posts without actually doing it. You have to go through the discomfort of posting and emailing with very clear, direct instructions to buy my products now at this price. You have to feel terrible about it over and over again on repeat. And then over time, you start to get used to it. I know this is terrible news for a lot of people. A lot of farmers come to me and they're like, but it feels so awful. I feel horrific telling people so clearly and directly to buy in the way that you teach us. And then they're like, but okay, I'm willing to feel bad in order to fulfill my dreams of building a profitable farm. They do it. They feel bad. I coach them through it. I say, okay, I know it feels terrible. I go through the same thing. All 260 of us inside 5X Your Farm Sales, we're here to support you. We go through it together every week. We're all writing sales emails. Guess what? We're all making more profit than any other farmers in any other place because they're willing to do this hard thing. And it gets easier with time. And then the success stories start coming in. Like, I felt terrible telling people to buy so clearly and directly, but we sold 10 times the amount we've ever sold. Or I sold $100,000 worth of beef, like my client Sarah, in 1 week because I was willing to feel terrible. So that's the price you got to pay to build your profitable farm. You got to feel terrible, being very direct and sending sales emails. When you do that, when you're willing to do that and allow for it, and I will help you overcome, get through the terrible feelings, you will reach your dreams like you never imagined possible. You will reach success like no one else is reaching except the farmers in 5X. You'll fulfill your dreams of building a profitable farm. And it gets easier with time, but you've got to pay the price first. All right, so that's what I wanted to share with you today is if you start out with thoughts of, I don't know what to write, I'm confused, I don't know how to tell them what to buy, you're never going to create marketing. If you do, or marketing that works, and if you create marketing from those emotions, because you use willpower to force yourself to do it, it will actually repel people. So get yourself to a place of self-confidence. For this client, I said, why would you be feeling self-confident? What's the thought? Since our thoughts create our feelings, what is the thought that would make you feel self-confident? She said, well, the thought would be, this is what I have to do to reach my dreams and goals for this farm. And I said, okay. And that thought makes you feel self-confident? She said, yes. Then when she feels self-confident, I said, what do you do? And she said, well, I'm going to take your email you already gave us in this program, and I'm going to write it in my email software, and I'm going to feel terrible and uncomfortable, and I'm going to click send. And she did that, and she makes money, sells out on her pumpkins. This is the solution. Be willing to feel terrible. But we've never been taught how to feel terrible. That's why coaching is crucial. If you're going to build a profitable farm, get in my coaching program. There's no better, more direct way I could say it. And you've heard it from my clients. They're on the podcast, they're on social media, they're everywhere posting that if there was the most important thing they ever did for their farm was investing in the 5X program. Client after client, men and women both, farmers from every state in the US and 15 different countries will tell you that. So that's it for today. This is going to help you. Go to charlottemsmith.com/coaching and join us in 5X so you can do this work every day and fulfill your dream of building a profitable farm. And again, it could be a small profitable farm where you're a second income for your family and it's just enough that you want a small income to take your family on a vacation every year, or maybe you are selling hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars in sales every year. This will help you get to that 50% profit margin sustainably, which means with ease and calm and peace. All right, that's it. That's what I have for you. Join us in the program, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.